what it is, what it do. It's your girl Brittany, back better, another video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, like the video, click the bell to be notified of every time I post. You know what it is, I know what it is. We both know I post frequently. All right, y'all, say it with me collectively. We are jumping, we are skipping, we hopping, we leaping. We doing a Dougie bow, our Dougie yow into this video. Click the link down in the description box below to become a paid member on my Patreon. All right, y'all, without further ado, let's get into this video. So in this video, y'all, we are going to be getting into Zaniyah. So Zaniyah went live maybe like yesterday or the day before yesterday, and she spilled some tea about her experience on Young and Reckless. As y'all know, Zaniyah was on season 3 Cancun of Young and Reckless. She popped out, she did her thing for Mean Girls, so they just took her over to Young and Reckless. As y'all know, Young and Reckless is the top show of Now That's TV. It's been the top show for 2 years in a row. Everybody who probably, honestly, if I'm just being for real, don't really watch some of the shows like the Zodiac Houses of the world, the Big Leg shows like the Good Friends or something like that she had last year. All of them tune in collectively to watch Young and Reckless. It's just something about the young and the reckless part, and everybody being so intrigued into the legacies, the Mels, the Ivories, the Savs, the Nugs of the world, you know, the Kais of the world and the Ferraris of the world, that make them want to watch this show in particular. So Zaniyah was able to get on season 3, and from what she's saying, she made an impact. So we're going to get into some of the things that she did talk about in her experience on Young and Reckless. Now, as y'all know, on Mean Girls, she was doing a lot when it came to the Vanity Sisters. Oh my God. She was picking so hard till she seen Hennessy get in the field. Clock that tea. When she seen Hennessy get in the field, all of a sudden, you know, that bully shit went out the window. It was no more bullying her. It was no more saying something out the way to Hennessy. It was no more trying to, you know, do too much. Obviously, you know, we seen Hazel get in the field, and it was very, what's the word? Disappointing. But once we seen Hennessy get in the field, all that, oh, you know, well, we're going to pick on them to the end, that left out, because it wasn't no more picking after that. And honestly, honey, you know, like I said before, should have stayed home. So Zaniyah ends up speaking on her experience with Hennessy on Young and Reckless.
How to fight with Henny? Go, I didn't fight Henny, but she jumped me on Mean Girls. I mean, on Young and Reckless. How you let them jump move, girl? They didn't. That's the thing. Y'all bitches be going off 5 fucking second clips that they show. Bitch, wait for tomorrow. Because they jumped off for 0.2 seconds.
So the last little part of the clip, she was talking about Mumak, because as y'all know, on the reunion, it very much seemed like Mumak was taking all Zaniyah phase. Mumak was getting tore, and Zaniyah was just standing there, not trying to help her cousin. You know, was crying in the first scene, but in the second one, Mumak was getting jumped. She was like, my cousin got it. So, you know, that's what she was talking about. But with Hennessy jumping her on Young and Reckless, do y'all think Hennessy wrong? Question mark, question mark, question mark. For me personally, and this is no shade, I don't think Hennessy's wrong. I don't. I feel as though maybe on Young and Reckless, Zaniyah, you know, from the beginning was coming in by herself, you know, this time around. She had no friends, you know, it was no cousins. It was not no, you know, I grew up with her on the lake by the park. It was none of that. It was just Zaniyah. Zaniyah had to stand in everything that she did leading up to going to Young and Reckless, you know, and it just had to be Zaniyah. Not Zaniyah and her homegirls and her cousin, just Zaniyah, me, myself, and I. And the way she was picking at Hennessy, I don't blame Hennessy for getting a lick in or two on Zaniyah. Do not. Just because of how Zaniyah was acting on Mean Girls. Zaniyah was ruthless. She did not care. Rain, sleet, snow, AM, PM. Before she seen Hennessy fight, she was picking on them girls. So I don't blame Hennessy for at least getting a kick in or a little punch. I don't blame her. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I don't. Just because Zaniyah was going so hard on them girls. Zaniyah really was doing the most. Now, when it came to Hazel, you know, playing like she really needed that, I don't mind Zaniyah giving it up on Hazel, because Hazel was doing a lot the first episode, and Zaniyah was like, you know, we're gonna get you. I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna get you. You know, she was very confident in herself early on, because they were the ones who called Zaniyah out. So I understand that. But after she got her fade, it was like the first fade, you know, once her and Mumak beat them up in the grass, she did not let up. Like, it was just like I said, she was picking. It was like she became like the bully of the house in a way, like jumping them, and two, you did jump them. Let's add that in there too. You did jump them. So a jump for a jump was had, because obviously in the house, Hennessy, I guess, was trying to stand on morals, and, you know, it was like, I don't need to jump nobody, like, it's cool. But you see, when she got by herself on Young and Reckless, it was like, oh, a jump needs to be had. Me, kick, boom, boom, boom. You know, she didn't mind getting in there for Young and Reckless. So I definitely want to know what changed her mental when it came to Young and Reckless, because on Mean Girls, we were so wholesome. You know, we was chilling on Fly 9. We wasn't going to jump nobody, all this, all that. But on Young and Reckless, you're jumping, though. Oh, okay. Like, I need to know when the shift of the mindset changed. But I don't blame Hennessy for jumping in on Zaniyah. And obviously, too, like, just depending on how she did it will change my opinion or not. But Zaniyah definitely was jumping Hennessy. So I don't blame Hennessy for getting her lick back. And like I said, too, she was picking on that girl. So the fact that, you know, Zaniyah came into a new environment and everybody and their daddy was on that, and Hennessy was one of the ones on that, I don't blame her. Simple, I don't blame her. Zaniyah moves on, and she ends up talking about her fade with Kayla. Now, obviously, I had already reported on this. Like, she took Kayla's chain out her bag. Kayla like, baby, you know you ain't snatched no chain out of me. Stop playing. Stop. I don't mind. Do you need that again? And, you know, obviously, we seen Kayla lip. I ain't gonna lie, baby. Kayla had a titty on her lip. That lip was lipping, okay? It was giving Queen D, okay? Very much to the side. Very much so. So she speaks on her and Kayla's fights that they did. She said they went round after round. Let's listen.
I feel like that would be a good ass fight, but around like no questions asked. Yeah, I feel like I got a indefinite round flip that I took, and I feel like she got some rounds that she took. And I feel like we left each other. It's a fight. We both left with war wounds, like she be saying. But I had a big ass eye. It went down. I have to put ice on it, but like my shit was black. Nah, my shit was not black up here, but my shit was black.
Now, I will say this. I respect Zaniyah for coming out and telling the truth about her eye. You know, and she said, you know, it was one fade that she felt like, okay, I ate that up. And that probably was the first one, in my opinion. And then she said, you know, Kayla got her rounds. So, overall, she's saying that Kayla was tearing. And honestly, we knew that already. Like, no shade to her, but Kayla really got hands like that. Like, Kayla really be squabbling. You know, we've always said out of Kayla, Lori, and I think Mumak. I think it was Mumak that we put in there too. It was always Lori, then Kayla, you know, and Mumak is obviously last. But Kayla got a squabble on her. Ben said that, you know, the smoke me was not for any reason. Like, she really be on there. She really be needing that. Simple. Very much so. But I will give Zaniyah her props as far as, like, letting it be known, like, yeah, she was eating me out. Ate me down. And I can only imagine. But hopefully I won't have to imagine too much longer, because hopefully it's finna come out sooner than later. I'm sure they will be dropping that for the summer, probably, hopefully, but we'll see. So she ends up, you know, letting us know that. And like I said, I appreciate her for letting us know about the eye. So obviously, from what I'm picking up, just with context clues, Young and Reckless wasn't her experience on Mean Girls. Her experience on Mean Girls, she was running that house. You know, it was Zaniyah's dome at that point. But Young and Reckless obviously was a harder show for Zaniyah. You know, obviously, as her telling us the stories, I think she ended up getting into it with some new girls as well. I think like, you know, like the first day she got into it with Kayla, because they was going back and forth on the internet for a little minute. I don't necessarily remember their beef, but they had got into it on the internet. So they probably got that as like, as soon as they seen each other, it was on site. Then, you know, Hennessy and Kayla are cool. So, you know, that probably came again, like I said, the first day, maybe even the second. But I believe as though Zaniyah got into more fades, you know, as she progressed in the show. But that's all I got for y'all in this one. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Are y'all in shock? Are y'all shocked? Probably not. I'm going to see y'all in the next one. I love y'all. Bye.